Welcome back to the Flick Chicks. I'm Rock and this is Jack. And she's gonna tell you about the movie we saw this week.
Iron Man. Yeah, look at my iron. Boom. Yeah. Wow. Anyways,
That's
okay.
like my beach balls from last week's video.
I know, except my arm's long, gangly, and really not impressive at all. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about Iron Man 3. Okay, and this is pretty cool. If you're a comic book fan, or really anyone, you probably know about who Iron Man is. And this time he faces his arch nemesis, Mandarin. Add onto that, relationship problems with Pepper Potts, because he has some like weird combination of OCD, PTSD, anxiety, and insomnia. So you watch Iron Man try to take down Mandarin and his minions, and then as well as his own mental breakdown. I mean, this is what I have to say about the Iron Man movies. Great visually, always has amazing visuals, always has a lot of action, always has hilarious one-liners. Robert Downey Jr. is flawless.
Brilliant.
He's amazing.
Brilliant.
He literally is Tony Stark. Like, he is the character. I mean, they're so much alike, it's crazy. Even physically and just personality-wise, it's just amazing. But the thing that drives me crazy with these comic book movies is that I feel like they could have such great plots, but then something gets lost. I don't know if it's because they become too focused on making everything explosive and crazy and visually entertaining and stunning, or if they try to make things like deeper and it just misses the mark. But for some reason, Thor, Captain America, there's all these movies that I think of and I'm just like, why can't they nail it like they did in the Avengers and they did with The Dark Knight? So, I don't know. I mean, it was good. It'll be entertaining enough for you if you want to see like the big fight scenes and crazy visuals, but for me it was like, it fell short with the plot again. But I think that's common with these movies, so.
I mean, it is solid entertainment. And I think we were discussing this before. Sometimes with movies like these, when it's a Disney movie, so it's kind of has to have an element that children can watch it still and like it. And I think you lose a lot of that plot that you want, those character developments, when you're like, well, we can't be too dark for children. So I'm not sure.
No, I agree with you, but then it was so violent. But I totally agree with you. I think they were really conflicted. It was like they made Mandarin, well, we can't do any spoilers, but let's just say I was not pleased with what they did with Mandarin. And I love Ben Kingsley, but was not pleased with what they did with his character. And like you said, you could definitely tell it was a Disney movie. Like, they lightened things up because Mandarin is an evil, dark villain in the Iron Man series. I mean, there's multiple interpretations, but anyways. What bothered me though was that there was a lot of gun violence and people were like blatantly getting like killed. Like a lot of, it was like a James Bond movie, like, and it was, they
were being taken out, and
yeah.
I think it would be conflicting for kids because some of these people, again, we don't want to spoil it, but the reason they became, I guess, essentially with the bad guys is because they were trying to help themselves heal. I'm kind of torn because to me it was long and it did carry on, and the only reason I enjoyed it is because I finally got to see a bunch of elements and I felt like I was catching up to Iron Man because I could see all these things going on. But if I were from a fan perspective, I feel like it was a little too much clutter.
So I think what we can both agree on is if you go to this movie, it's gonna have everything that, like, it's solid. It's gonna have...
Yeah, you'll be entertained, but you won't be blown away.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, we're ending on that.
Okay, and do you notice anything different?
The couch?